Welcome back to part 2 of cs50++, where we're diving super deep into our Hello World program and really learning what's going on rather than just memorizing the syntax. We actually want to kind of step away from the code itself and start to learn what programs are. So programs are essentially instructions for creating processes, and they are written via text files or source code files, which would include our hello world.c file or any Python file, etc. that we've already made. And extensions would include that .c. What these extensions are essentially going to do is tell our kernel how to actually perform or how to actually read the program and turn it into a process based on what we've given it. Makes sense to now talk about what exactly our process is. To try and keep it simple, they are essentially a way to do computational work based on given knowledge or logic, just as we've included in our hello.c file. These processes come from those programs. Essentially, what's going to happen is the program, and based on the extension, it's going to be turned from that source code or more readable human text into binary machine code, which the computer can actually read to create the process. And there's going to be a lot going on here besides just our single program ourselves, such as libraries, which we'll see later. How do we kickstart these processes? All we're going to have to do is tell our kernel to start the process. And it's important to note that we can also have programs tell our kernel to have processes start to run. Now, just as we said earlier, we're going to need not source code. The computer cannot read source code or human text. It's only reading the machine code, which is in binary. And this step is where we can really start to differentiate between the different types of programming languages. Both are doing the exact same thing. They're both turning that human readable source code into the computer readable machine code, except they differ in when they do this. Languages like C, R, Go, etc. are going to do this translation into that machine code file before the program is actually run. So it does everything in advance. And rather JavaScript, Python, Bash, like our terminal, what that's going to do is translate it essentially on the fly. So you can kind of start to compare these, and you'll see that these languages like C and that use a compiler and do that beforehand are going to take longer to write and longer to